Someone asked me today, like, hey, do you always get tipped as doing deliveries like Instacart or Uber Eats? I told them, yeah, always. I was like always. There's nobody that stiffs you in the tipping industry. I'm a busboy at heart. Back in the day, from age 16 to 20, I think I was a busboy. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, no, 21. 16 to 21, 5 years of busboy. Anyways, they asked me, so we used to call it getting stiffed when we wouldn't get a tip. So like I said, they asked me, like, no one ever stiffs you? No, I always get tipped. So I want to talk about a little bit on how it is. I'm gonna put you down because I'm getting my lunch. See if I could kind of put you in an area where I'll set you down here. I've been doing these videos lately again, like without editing. It's kind of fun because I can't always go live, and then live, the metrics on live are kind of funny when I'm trying to see if you're liking them or not or whatever. So I'm just recording them. My son did it again. My daughter's doing it without much editing. My son did it without editing. It kind of hits like if we're kicking it. So let me know in the comments if you like these videos where we just kind of kick it and we chat. Last 3 videos have been no edits, but I am a little bit more focused on the topic. So anyways, let's get lunch ready and talk about always getting tipped. I took on the mentality of like, yeah, I always get tipped. No matter what. I think even like I messed up an order once and the customer said, well, I'm gonna take back. There was a big mix up on the app, it glitched. It was on Uber Eats. I picked up 2 orders, but at the end it told me that I had 3 orders to drop off. Everybody was upset. All 3 customers, I thought I only had 2, were upset. And then one customer even said, you can forget about the tip, I'm taking it back. Well, I can understand he was upset. Right? But even then, that's when I kind of had adopted the whole idea of, hey, you know what, I always get tipped, even in that situation. Now someone like asked, like, what do you mean? Like, how do you always get tipped even when you don't get tipped? Because I've changed my mentality my mindset, I should say, let me get 40 grams of this. Hold on, because I can't do 2 things at the same time. I have 40 grams of chicken for lunch and 40 grams of chicken for dinner. 34, 40. And then I have 30 grams of jasmine white rice. Because see, what happens is, I changed my mindset to like, as long as I do my best, here it is, I'll say it real simple. As long as I do my best, I'm going to get the best possible tip. Like, well, what if the customer doesn't tip? It doesn't matter. I'm going to get rewarded. I'm going to get tipped at a higher level, at a universal level. Excuse me. I'm going to receive a tip. Because I'm so connected to the universe, the higher state of consciousness, understanding how these universal laws work, the basic law of giving and receiving. You will always be compensated. The law of compensation, you will always be compensated for the value that you provide. Even if the customer, let's just say a regular delivery, Uber Eats, whatever. Even if a customer, 30 grams, hold on, 15, 30, spot on, doesn't tip me or takes back the tip, what do they call it in the industry? Bait tipping. Even if they decide to bait tip me and take it back, I'll still get rewarded. In other ways, like what? Things will go my way. Give you an example. I've been waiting for my son to want to start working on himself. Start working on his personal development, and I've just been waiting patiently. He recently, on January 6th, 2026, he finally came up to me, and he's like, "I'm done. I surrender. I'm tired of living the same day over and over again, having life on repeat. I want to start working on myself. I want to start tonight. Let's start. He's been on the program on his personal development journey. He started it on the 6th. It's now the 16th of February. He's lost like 25 pounds. He's feeling better than he ever has before, he says. Started a separate YouTube channel. He's a badass YouTuber, by the way. He's killing it. But I had to wait like years for that to happen. I believe that a lot of the tips that I didn't receive, like in my work, I received there for being patient, for providing a good service with other things that I do. That's a big example. That's like, oh yeah, come on, whatever. My daughter found $100 the other day. How did that make me feel that she found $100? It made me feel cool, especially because afterwards she went to Brandy Melville, and instead of having like $100 budget, she now had a $200 budget, and she had a big old smile on her face because she bought all kinds of stuff. How did that make me feel? Good. That made me feel as if like that was compensation for me putting in the best I can at everything I do. Every delivery I do the best I can. I always pick the best possible fruit. I always ask if they want ripe bananas or green bananas. I always ask if they want their avocados ripe or green. And these little extra things that I always do in order to go like just my best. I don't want to say above and beyond, but above and beyond. Just because I want to do my best. Whether I get tipped or not by the customer, it doesn't matter. It's the law of compensation. I deliver a good attitude. I deliver the best I can. I deliver myself. I show up. Feeling good, looking good, projecting good energy, good vibration as I'm grabbing these people's orders. All that counts. They may not see it. They may think, oh, it took forever or whatever. That's okay. That's how they're supposed to be feeling. I'd be surprised if they weren't carrying themselves the way they're supposed to carry themselves, the way they are carrying themselves. The way they're carrying themselves is the exact way they're supposed to be carrying themselves. I'd be surprised if they didn't. But the thing is that I'll still be compensated through the law of compensation for, did you show up at your best? Did you do your best? When you accepted the order, where you're like, yes, grateful, yes. During the whole process of doing this order, was it pleasant? Were you in a pleasant state? Were you being a good example to other people that you'd come across? Yes, 100%. Then I will be compensated. I will get tipped by the universe, by God. Even if the customer is unable to, doesn't feel that it's a necessity, is against tipping, doesn't want to, can't, is unable to, forgets, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm still getting tipped. Hold on, let me go get my vegetables and put these back in the fridge. I'm still here, don't trip. So yeah, I've been meaning to make this video of cabbage. After I put the chicken and the rice, chop it all up. Not chop it all up, but mix it all up. Then I put a generous amount of cabbage before I stick it in the microwave. This turns this cabbage into steamed cabbage. I love steamed cabbage. On top of that, I put a generous amount of baby carrots. That one's for you. I got my fur babies next to me. And that one's for Boo Boo. She's a little bit on the DL tip right now. So yeah, that's the mindset I got when it comes to being tipped. It's like I always get tipped, no matter what. It's either sometimes too, I'll be honest with you, there's times where, like yesterday, I even got the alert from Uber Eats. He's like, wow, congratulations, you got a $20 tip for like a quick little, Jack in the Box and Raising Cane's half-mile delivery. $20. Beast, heck yeah. That means right there, I got compensated with money right away. I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to wait for, something else to happen or anything like that. It came right away. And I just gotta wait for let's get a little drinky. Oh, I didn't put any in the fridge, so. In that case, right there, I haven't put the Waterloos in the refrigerator, so good thing it's chilly and they're kind of cold. In that case, I got my $20 right away. At the moment, I got compensated. Cheers. Salud. Right away. It's worked every time. And you can't expect it. You can't be waiting for it because God's timing is always perfect. God, the universe, the source of creation, infinite intelligence, whoever you believe in, the timing is always perfect. But it takes a mindset shift. It takes to get in a position where fireworks. It's okay. It's okay. Fireworks in the rain. Fireworks in the rain. That's hood activities right there. It's pouring, but we still have fireworks every now and again. So, hey, it's enough. You're okay. Go for a little bit. It's a change of mindset. It's a mindset shift to know that I'm going to be compensated anyways. How do you get that type of mindset? Well, or let me re-ask it. I'm trying to get used to asking these for myself. These are questions that I've asked myself and I've applied to my life and I've gotten a result. So right there, you know how I know. Notice how I said, how do you get nothing like a bubbly soda to make that happen? How do you get? Hold on, let me see what's going on. Here's your deal. There's nobody there, Scrappy. There's nobody there. Nobody there. Sorry about that. You get a little excited. I thought I was a male person. So I was saying, I'm trying to change the way I address these videos every time I say, how do you get your mindset up? I want to change it to a lot where I always say, how did I get my mindset up? That way you can see it as, okay, this is how he did it, really. This is not hypothetical stuff. This is not stuff that I learned that I'm just spitting here. No, this is stuff that I learned, that I applied to my life, that I'm sharing with you exactly how it did happen to me. And I'm just a normal dude from California, Los Angeles, Long Beach area that is just a normal, chill, kickback kind of guy and born and raised, just chilling, that has made some big progress, a lot of tiny adjustments to my life that have given me big improvements. That's what I'm doing. So anyways, how did I change my mindset? How did I start seeing things like this? How did I start changing the way I looked at things so the things that I looked at changed? My food's ready. Hang tight. There's two major things that I did. I'll share them with you here. I'm sure you can hear me. There's two phrases that I adopted. One phrase that really did it for me big time was, life happens for me, not to me. That one was a huge one. It got me out of having that self-victimizing mindset. The other thing I did, this one took a little bit of like, what is that? I've never heard of that before. Is it real? Is it witchcraft? Is it, against my beliefs? Am I going to get in trouble for this or whatever? No, that's what it looks like afterwards. Steamed vegetables. I elevated my personal rate of vibration. Whoa, that almost happened. Oh, spinach. Gotta get the spinach, hold on. Gotta get the spinach and greens. All right, so I elevated my personal rate of vibration. That was like vibration? What do you mean? I'm not shivering. I'm not cold. What do you mean personal rate of vibration? This one took a little bit of like, what does that mean? How does that work? Or what is that? How do you mean vibration? I'm not gonna make this vibration tutorial. I'm just telling you really how I changed my mindset in order to always get tipped. And it was, I stopped self-victimizing so I just get a handful of spinach and I chop it up. This is baby spinach. I chop it up here. I don't put this in the microwave because it is baby spinach and it just turns into like smush. It worked for Popeye. It works for me. So I put it in here. I cut it up. I make a pocket first. I make a little pocket. And then I shove a bunch of spinach. I think my son's home, so I shove a bunch of spinach in there. And then what I do is I kind of push it through so it steams. The hotness of the super, because I put like 3.5 minutes so I could steam my carrots and they get soft. And then, so now in order to eat it, I don't take forever. I kind of use the cold spinach to cool off my cabbage. My steamed cabbage, my steamed carrots, my rice, and my chicken. So anyways, personal rate of vibration. I worked on elevating my making sure that my personal rate of vibration, this is the energy that I have. This is my personal rate of vibration. The energy that my body takes. Like energy, like, oh, bounce around, go move around, go do this. No, my personal rate of vibration, to put it in just regular terms, is my attitude, my mood, the way I feel. It goes like this. What? This could get a little like weird, but I'm telling you, it so works. Yes, to get more tips. Yes, to always be tipped. My personal rate of vibration at the frequency that I'm vibrating controls my thoughts. So if my vibration is high, I have high level thoughts, good thoughts. My thoughts control my feelings. I feel good. My feelings control my actions. I'm going to have low level actions or high level actions. What's a low level action? Fast food, sleeping in, wasting time, being irritable, talking shit, criticizing, self-victimizing. Those are poor actions. What are good actions? Eating well, exercising, being compassionate, understanding, loving, caring, not criticizing, not talking shit, appreciating, being grateful, loving. Those are good actions. My actions build my character, who I am as a person, and it also creates my habits, controls my habits. So if I have high level actions, that means I'm going to create good habits. My habits create my reality, my real world, my tipping world, my world where I receive tips. If I was living, like in the past I was, a low-level life, meaning low-level personal rate of vibration, my habits were low. So I would often not get tipped and self-victimize. Oh, that's bullshit, the stingy people. After all I did, I even got them ketchup. I even, went above and beyond and put the groceries, behind the fence like they wanted me to, whatever. That was self-victimizing shit right there. That was victim mindset. That shit got me nowhere. The moment I switched it, and it's like, it doesn't matter. You want me to put the groceries behind the little fence? You want me to in the message, in the note, it says, can you please, put the waters in the shade? Of course. Can you walk them to the back patio and put them on the table? Of course. It doesn't matter if they're probably going to tip me better. Nope. It doesn't matter. I'm getting tipped anyway. The more you could ask me to do, put it this way, the more they could ask me to do for them, yes, please ask me to do more, because I know I'm going to get compensated. I'm going to do everything with such a good attitude, in such a good mood, with such good habits. Because remember, I control my habits, my personal rate of vibration, my thoughts, my feelings, my actions, my habits. I'm going to do all this in a good mood with a good attitude, despite the tip. And even if I don't even check if they tip me. I was like, was the tip accurate? Did it go lower? Did it go higher? It doesn't matter. Keep in mind, I'm not saying I don't care. I'm saying it doesn't matter, because I'm going to get tipped anyways. My daughter just had a video go viral. In like 24 hours, she has 10,000 views. She has, I don't know how many hundreds of new subscribers. Her watch hours are going crazy. I see that. I feel good. That's my princess. That's a tip. That's a tip that, so to the regular old me, would have been like, oh, those 10 people didn't tip me after all I did for them. I was like, I'm getting tipped anyways. Oh shit. Weeks, days, weeks, months, years later, my daughter goes viral. She'll probably remonetize that channel that had gotten monetized years ago. She's been wanting to do that. In a short period of time, she has. She will. I see that as God compensating me for the great work I've been doing, despite whether the customer, the user end, is going to tip me or not. Because why? Because God's timing is never late. I will get compensated at the perfect time for doing the best that I can at everything I do. Now, this doesn't have to do only with work. I do my best at making my lunch. No cutting corners. Make it as best as I can. When I make these videos, I cover it for a little bit just to kind of get it all nice and steamed. In the meantime, I get to chat with you a little bit more. Making these videos, I make these videos as best as I can so they're entertaining. I drop some wisdom. Hopefully they help you. They're not boring. If I sit and I watch them, it's like, okay, do they sound boring? You know, I listen to my conscience, and how do I do this? I won't get into the conscience part of it, but I can. If anybody has any questions, or if you have any questions, just hit me up in the comments. I do the best I can. I don't, and I'll get compensated in many ways. Maybe this video gets, like many of my old videos, 1 view. I swear, there's been videos that have 0 views, and I purposely don't go watch them, so it stays at 0. Why? Because I'm going to get compensated for that video. If I did my best delivering the message that I wanted to deliver, I am going to get compensated somewhere else. Somehow. I believe that this is true. It's the law of compensation. If you carry yourself the best way, let me say that again. So I'm trying to fix it. If I carry myself the best that I can, if I do my best with everything I do, I will get compensated, either directly or through a blessing somewhere else. My mom had a heart attack. She survived it. I saw that as a blessing, as a tip. For what? For doing my best at everything that I do. Everything I do my best. I try my best to do my best. Everything I do. Now, I don't go off over there kissing ass and showing off and oh, look at me. Oh, look how I do this. Oh, look how I do that. And my wife's coming home. They're going to start going crazy, so I'm going to hop off here in a little bit. They go wild when my wife comes home. They love her so much. I do my best at everything I do, no matter what. At saying hi to my wife, I'll do my best. I'm going to go help her with the groceries. I'm sure she's just talking about groceries, right? She just came home with our groceries. I'll probably help her with that. I did my best at making this lunch. I did my best at making this video. I know in my heart that I'll be compensated. We're talking about tips. We started with how I always get tipped. I always get tipped by changing my mindset. To a higher level of consciousness, to a higher level of understanding, that I know that I will be compensated and tipped, whether it's directly by the customer that I deliver their food or their groceries, or it's going to be in something else, something working out real good for me, whatever it is. It could be finding something. It could be always having great parking spots. It could be, oh my gosh, that almost happened, but it didn't. Yeah, that part. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there's been many things that, like, whoa. Now, do I remember? Oh, that's because customer XYZ didn't tip me. No, it's not like that. I just know. It's just on autopilot now. The fact that I just do my best at everything I do. But every now and again, when I am doing deliveries, it's like, oh, did they tip you? Did they did it? It doesn't matter. I'm still getting tipped. Whether it's by the customer or by the universe. God. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to go help my wife with the groceries. Let me know in the comments if you like these, like, kick it, non-edit, hang out with me videos. I'll try to do more of these. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you fuck with this video, if this makes sense to you. If you want to rock with me, become a homie, subscribe, leave a thumbs up, get at you in the next one.